Hey everyone, John here from testprepinsight.com, and today I'm going to be breaking down our list of the best USMLE prep courses on the market. We've spent the last couple months purchasing and reviewing a bunch of different USMLE review courses and study materials, and today I want to compare and contrast the top 4 prep resources that we found and share who they might be best for. And by the way, since I'm just going to be covering the high points today, if you find you need some more detail at any point during this video, we also have a full written guide over on our website that has way more information. The quickest way to find that is probably just to Google Test Prep Insight Best USMLE Courses. That's the quickest way to get there. Okay, so to start this video, I just want to provide some context on USMLE courses generally. Essentially, there are 2 kind of major categories of prep courses that we found. You've got this one bucket of comprehensive, full-scale prep programs that give you absolutely everything in terms of features and guides you from end to end. These prep courses provide live classes, assigned homework, prep books, a granular study schedule, question banks, on-demand videos, and a lot more. But obviously, the downside of these prep programs is that they are more expensive, which is understandable. They're just in a different tier. Then you've got this category of courses that consist of more cost-effective and efficient prep resources. They tend to be much cheaper and cost just a couple $100s each, but they also offer fewer features and aren't as robust. These courses are just much more streamlined. You typically get some on-demand videos, a question bank with practice problems, a study schedule, and a few other minor tools. So there's kind of this bifurcation in prep resources with 2 buckets of courses. So with that in mind, I want to break down the top 2 courses that we found in each tier. And in the bucket of more comprehensive and expensive courses, our highest rated course by far is Kaplan. I'll just start by saying that Kaplan is the consummate comprehensive prep program. They give you everything from a study materials perspective. Live classes, targeted homework, hard copy prep books, a detailed study schedule, a gigantic bank of practice problems, on-demand video lessons, and just everything. This is a much more structured and guided prep program than those more affordable budget options that I'll get to here in a couple minutes. From the top, the Kaplan program has a really nice cohesiveness to it, and the materials are all integrated with each other very nicely. But if there are 2 aspects of this course worth highlighting, it's their live classes and hard copy prep books. So not only do Step 1 students get over 270 hours of live class time, which is kind of crazy, Kaplan has also really mastered the structure and delivery of their live online classes. The lesson plans progressively build on each other, the homework between classes is highly targeted, and the rotating team of instructors were very good. In my opinion, this massive live class schedule is really where you get your value with Kaplan. And the prep books are solid as well. They're detailed, well organized, and clearly written. And the best aspect of the books is that they're neatly organized in an outline style format, which keeps the text concise and to the point. There are no long, rambling passages or treatise-like sections, which we thought was really smart. But that's Kaplan, and where they add a ton of value. A massive amount of live class time built around a detailed schedule, and probably the best USMLE prep book set in the space. Then the other course that I want to talk about in this bucket of higher priced courses is PASS program. Now, we don't think this course is as good as Kaplan's on the whole, but it definitely has a very specific use case. This is a great course for students who want an ultra-immersive guided study approach, kind of like a boot camp. And I partly say this because PASS program is one of the last prep providers to offer live on-site prep, meaning you can fly back to their campus, grind out your studying in just a few weeks, and get prepped live on-site without any distractions. They basically take hundreds of hours of prep work, condense it down into a set of coursework that takes just a few weeks to get through, and then spoon-feed you everything that you need to know. And if there's one aspect to highlight for PASS program, it's their instructors. They have an awesome team of live instructors who live and breathe USMLE prep, especially their lead instructor, Dr. Francis. He's an old school professor and has an incredible understanding of the ins and outs of all 3 steps, but especially step 1. He has a huge personality and his lectures are always engaging. Now, obviously, if there's one big downside with both of these courses, like I said, it's the price tag. Both of these courses are expensive. There's just no way around it. The Kaplan Live Online course cost a shade under $4,000, and the PASS program Step 1 live course cost around $2,500. However, what I'll say here is that Kaplan, as well as PASS program, both frequently run sales and special promotions, so make sure to look for coupon codes if there's a sale on before buying. With both courses, you can almost always find their packages on sale for at least 10% off, so make sure to check for that. In fact, I'll do my best to keep the description down below updated with the most current discount codes and promo codes that I can find floating around out there, so make sure to check out that text below the video screen and maybe save yourself some money if you do decide to go with one of these courses. You should not have to pay full price here. Alright, so that's the more expensive tier of prep programs. Now let me get to the budget options. And in this category, like I said, you're looking at courses that are leaner and more streamlined. They're all digital-only, self-study courses with some mixture of video lessons, digital study notes, question banks, or a study schedule. They're honestly just totally different from the more full-scale prep programs that I just described, so it really turns on what you're looking for. If you need that live instruction and full-scale handheld prep, you're going to want to go with Kaplan or Pass program. But if you feel like you don't need that and you're more so just looking for some practice material and a study schedule to give your prep some structure, these budget prep resources are generally good enough to get the job done if you know how to leverage the study materials properly. Again, it just depends on your needs. But anyway, of the half dozen or so value-driven USMLE courses that we've purchased and reviewed, our favorite by far is Med School Bootcamp. They are just much better than the others we reviewed like Board Vitals and USMLE RX. Let me break it down. In short, Med School Bootcamp gives you 3 core study materials: video lessons, review quizzes, and board-style questions. Let me quickly explain each of those. The video lessons are streamable, on-demand lectures and break down high-yield topics in really granular detail. Plus, Bootcamp gives you a PDF handout to follow along in, which tracks with the slides in the video lectures, and those were really helpful. Plus, the instructors typically run you through each lesson in just 10 or 15 minutes, so they're also very manageable in length. Honestly, these video lessons are really good and a main highlight of this course. Then, after every video lesson, you get a review quiz, which are not board-style problems, but instead just bite-sized questions to test you on the material that you just learned in the video lesson. There's usually a dozen or so problems in every quiz after each lecture. Then the third study component here is board-style questions, and that's just what it sounds like. Bootcamp has a bunch of board-style problems in their Qbank, and each one comes with a detailed explanation, and most of those with some pretty nice visuals. But that's sort of it for the hard study materials in this course. Around this, they do give you a pretty nitty-gritty 9-week study schedule that gives you a day-by-day breakdown of exactly what you need to be completing, and that covers all of the material in the course, but that's largely it. Again, you've got video lessons with lecture handouts, quick review quizzes post-lesson, and a whole lot of board-style questions. It's nothing too complicated or fancy, but it is effective. And the best part of Med School Bootcamp's course is that it costs just $249, literally like a tenth of the cost of Kaplan or Pass program. And one other thing is that despite the pretty affordable price point, Bootcamp still frequently runs sales and special promotions, and a lot of times you can find their packages on sale too, so make sure to check out the description below before buying. In my experience, you can sometimes knock up to 10% off their packages. Okay, so the final course that I want to talk about today is another budget prep option, Achievable. And they're like Med School Bootcamp in a few ways. This is a lean and streamlined course, but with a modern digital approach with killer technology, and all at a great price. But in breaking this down, the main difference between Med School Bootcamp and Achievable is that where Med School Bootcamp mainly uses video lessons to cover content review and test-taking strategy, Achievable uses an interactive and digital textbook. Essentially, Achievable takes this digital textbook, which is a lot like a set of study notes with illustrations and exhibits, and chops it up into little bite-sized learning modules. There's effectively a learning module for every narrow subtopic tested on the exam, and they bundle an assigned reading from the book with a very quick review quiz. Each reading assignment from this digital text is short, maybe just 5 to 15 minutes on average, and the accompanying quizzes are generally fewer than 10 problems. That's it. So this means you can complete a module in under a half hour, which we really like. With this structure of short, digestible sections, you can power through your studying whenever you have free time, making it perfect for super busy students. But that's honestly it for Achievable. It's like Med School Bootcamp in that it offers more streamlined study tools that are tightly linked, but it's just the format and delivery of this content review that differs: video versus digital text. Plus, similar to Bootcamp, Achievable is also really affordable. Their course is just $179, and even at that, you can typically find a discount code to knock the price down to just $99 flat, so definitely make sure to look for that. Again, I'll do my best to round up all of those links down below for you. But anyway, that's sort of it for this video, so let's wrap it up with some final thoughts here. But actually, before I forget, I should mention that since you're studying for the USMLE, we actually give away a free prep course every single month to one lucky person. It's really easy to enter. Just do the 3 simple things listed right here on screen. It'll take you less than 10 seconds, and hey, you never know, you could win yourself a totally free USMLE prep course. Okay, some final thoughts here. So like I said earlier, which course to go with really just depends on what you're looking for. If you want live instruction and a full-scale, comprehensive prep program, you're gonna wanna go with Kaplan or PASS program, with our favorite being Kaplan by a pretty good margin. It's just a fantastic all-around prep program. But if you feel like you don't need that level of guidance and prep work, and you're more so just looking for some light instruction and practice material, as well as a study schedule to give your prep some structure, the budget prep courses that I discussed are also really good and can get the job done. In fact, if that's the way you're leaning, I would honestly just think about combining both of those options because we rate them out really highly. For just $250 for Bootcamp and about $100 for Achievable, that would make a really effective budget prep option. But anyway, I hope this video has been helpful. If so, please return the favor by subscribing to our channel. And anyway, best of luck in your USMLE prep journey.